Hey everybody, it's Zach with the Mighty Electron. Thanks for tuning into this episode. And I tell you, lately, Sondors motorcycles, Sondors, I've heard it both ways, but their announcement with the Metacycle has been on my mind lately. And it's really kind of an interesting thing. I hope Sondors can pull out of it. If you haven't been following it, here's the short version of it. First of all, I think in like 2019 or something, a couple years ago, they announced the Metacycle. It's going to be a fantastic city bike, 80-mile top speed, I think around an 80 to 100-mile range, 80 miles an hour top speed, in case I didn't say that right. But the icing on the cake, first of all, it's a super clean looking bike, really kind of minimalistic. Icing on the cake is it's going to cost $5,000, which is amazing. That's a fantastic price. You compare that to Zero or some of the other bikes out there, like that's a great price. So, and they're accepting pre-orders, which is kind of par for the course now when it comes to EVs and things like that. So they're accepting pre-orders. They get a bunch of pre-orders, and then deadlines start getting missed, which again is kind of par for the course now. I mean, you look at Tesla, that's what Tesla's known for. So they start missing deadlines, but then they also kind of stop communicating with their reservation holders. And then they start sending emails out to reservation owners saying, hey, you got to convert now your $100 reservation. You got to pay the full $5,000 because we're getting ready for delivery. However, there's been no talk of a specific delivery date. And so people start to sour towards the company. They start canceling their reservations. They start posting online. The temperature starts getting a little hot in the Sondors motorcycle owners groups and things like that. And they also say, start making sounds like, hey, look, if you don't convert your reservation, the price after this is going to be $6,500. Right? And they start kind of making all these noises going in that direction. I want to be clear, this isn't unique to the Metacycle. This isn't unique to the Sondors company. In my opinion, they aren't handling it correctly at all. They played the hype game. They acquired a whole lot of hype debt. They closed that road. Gonna flip a U-burger. All right. So they played the hype game. They acquired a lot of hype debt. And then, quite frankly, they couldn't make the payments on the hype debt. And people are starting to bail out. They're starting to get mad. Let me be clear. I hope that Sondors makes a great product. I hope the Metacycle is fantastic because I think we need more electric vehicles out there, whether it's cars or motorcycles or whatever. We need more, not less, okay? I'm cheering for them. I really hope they are. But they got to get this thing turned around. Now, they have just recently announced a delivery date. I got to figure out how to get where I'm going to. They closed that road. Okay, I got it. So, they've announced a date, and it's going to be, basically, you probably get your bike in your driveway by next spring of 2022. I hope that's the case. They also, the other thing that they did really poorly is their production bike looks not very much like their pre-production bike. And granted, there are always going to be changes there. But one of the things they had going for them were clean lines. It was a really minimalistic bike. It looked fantastic. Now, I get that once you start trying to get your bike approved by the highway department and things like that, you got to make changes. We're going to see the same thing in the Cybertruck. However, I feel like the changes that they made are pretty bad. Pretty bad changes. They really break up the lines. They put a big puffy seat on it, which I'm sure your Rumpagus is going to be happy about that. But your eyeballs, not so much. Here's what I think they need to do to pay off this hype debt, because the loan has come due. They got to start communicating with their reservation holders, even if they feel like it's bad news. They got to start being realistic about timelines. They got to start being realistic about stats. Also, like the 80 mile an hour thing, that went out the window. The range went way down. The price, they kind of got backfired on the price, where they did raise the price a little bit for a bit, and then they brought it back down because, again, the internet was blowing up at them. So they lowered the price back down to $5,000. But they got to get it figured out, and communication is the key, in my opinion. That's what I think is going to dig them out of this and hopefully put them back on. I hope they produce a fantastic bike. Let me know what you think. Did they play the hype game wrong? Is this just par for the course and everybody kind of needs to buck up? Or is there a way out of it? Have they already killed it? Because right now, technically, I mean, minus a few prototypes, I think they had some at the LA Auto Show, which is where a lot of the negative feedback was coming about the different lines of the bike, the blinkers, the seat, all that kind of stuff. So, is this a big deal or not? Tell me what you think. Also, make sure and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Give this one a like, share it, tell me what you think, and we'll see you on the next episode.